Sam Hyde is the topic of this video. Now, you might be wondering, who the hell is Sam Hyde? And that's a good question. I'd be surprised if you clicked on this video not knowing who he is, but I guess worse things have happened, despite what Sam apparently believes. Sam Hyde is a member of an alt-right comedy group called Milliondollar Extreme. If that name sounds familiar, it's because they aired for about 6 weeks on Adult Swim, with Milliondollar Extreme presents World Peace. Catchy.
So many people have ripped this off too, by the way. Anytime you see red and yellow.
Yeah, McDonald, you thought you could just get away with that shit? I don't think so. Fucking Sam Hyde, comedian of our time, got his grubby mitts on that shit first. So, Sam Hyde, I think you should join me. We'll file an injunction and we'll get started on this. This whole video is hilarious, by the way, because even the most incidental things he'll claim he did first, like the opening shot of a sketch, a dog will like bark in the background. So you see, we were the first people to have a dog bark on television. Not a lot of people know that.
People saw these things with like text covered with bars blocking out what was said, and they thought that those were the graphics.
How they know?
As they were intended to be.
How they know how to turn on a TV?
And then people thought that it was called omitted too.
That's literally not even true. That's just, you're just making that up. I went through every single transition, title card, dog whistle, propaganda slide thing, and the word omitted comes up like twice. That's impossible. You just lie. You just lie about shit. Oh, here's a funny story. People are so fucking stupid, especially the ones I make up in my own head. I was wrong, actually. It was only one time. The other time I was thinking of was in this band commercial, but that never saw the light of TV. And so the only time the word omitted appears is when it is literally next to the title of the show.
And then people thought that it was called omitted too.
What a humorous anecdote, Sam Hyde. I'm looking forward to your comedy show.
Now, that name World Peace there, that's ironic. What Sam Hyde means when he says World Peace is that this exaggerated dystopian future that he's showing in the sketch comedy series, this is what the world will become if the left achieves world peace. It's a satire on, like, progressive politics, but honestly, the satire was kind of lost on me because he had to censor out so much of the fucking show because he kept advocating for genocide. Like, I'm not even kidding. There's a bit right here. When Trump gets elected, we need a lot of rope. This isn't me getting up in arms about someone making an edgy joke. This is someone that genuinely is expressing this in a post-ironic sense.
Let's break down a specific sketch, for instance. This sketch here is very simple, but it's very perplexing. So it takes place on this fictional children's show. They're doing a musical number in which they continuously say, "Jews rock." Now, a lot of people have speculated that the original line was meant to be, "Jews rule," and that's meant to be a double entendre, the fact that, oh, they control everything, they rule the world. But it goes beyond that, because this sketch in itself is a prime example of just Sam Hyde's frustration with society. The symbolism of the sketch is twofold. Number one, he perceives that this is how the left thinks children's media should be. That it should indoctrinate children into believing that this demographic of people rules. They're awesome. They're great. Here's an excerpt from the same episode. There isn't a lower tier of garbage humans beyond a public school teacher, FYI. Warm bodies reading Holocaust indoctrination manuals and Common Core MK Ultra shit. Fuck. They should all be shot. Which, by the way, isn't even the only time he's expressed his disapproval of educators in his show. I wonder why a fascist would be against education. We'll come back to this later, though. While at the same time, he's also doing it to shoulder accusations of anti-Semitism. He can then say, look, I made a whole sketch in which I said Jews rock. They're awesome. They're great. What he's expressing here is that he believes that society expects him to profess his love for Jewish people to this extent, to specifically draw so much attention to it that it's absurd. It's insanely and crazily petulant, and that's a very prominent theme with the entire series of Milliondollar Extreme Presents World Peace.
You see, Sam Hyde's signature move is to coat everything with a varnish of irony, so that way if you call something out of his, you can say, well, that was just edgy humor. That was just a joke. So if you call him out for, say, donating $5,000 to the legal defense fund of a Nazi that harassed a random Jewish woman. He'll just go, oh, well, $5,000 don't mean shit to me. I'm just goofing and gaffing, because that's who I am. I'm a wild and wacky, crazy character, and you're just coming for me because I'm a white man. He's literally enveloped into this fictional Ben Garrison cartoon world that he actually believes is reality. One of the things he's done to express his disapproval of his own, mental delusions here is to post some feature films on X.com, that weird Nazi site, disapproving how Indians are replacing white people in the tech industry. So by the way, this video is substantiated almost exclusively off of the testimony of people just calling his phone number. Like, there's no actual, veracity offered with any of these testimonials. It's just people that are fans of his calling in. I can't imagine that data set would be biased at all.
Hello. You have reached the answering machine for the Sam Hyde Show.
Damn it.
Please leave your message after the beep.
And it just disconnects. I can't even fucking leave a message. Oh, also check out this high-tech heart monitor he's got going on in the background here. Real professional production you've got, Chief. He spent the money and built this as a set.
But when an outsider comes here, gets in your face, and starts throwing definitions at you, and you gotta Google shit, no, we're not doing that. You're getting called a slur.
Yeah, God forbid someone actually comes forth to you and counters your arguments with information and you gotta Google shit. That'd be horrible. You see, this is actually the signature move of fascists here, Don't think too hard about the things we're saying. The things we're saying are correct, and our end goals will be achieved if you follow me.
You try to argue in good faith with somebody who is not going to Iron Man your arguments. You're going to give them every intellectual consideration possible. They're going to give you none. Anytime you even open your mouth to do anything that's not derision, you're losing. You're accepting their proposition that what you know, the same way you know that the sky is blue, what an American is, when you accept that your knowledge of that can be affected by somebody's paragraph, you're already losing.
Yeah, you know what an American is. You don't even need to question it or think about it or doubt me or anything. You know what it is. I won't even expand upon it because it would just be totally irrelevant. This is a serious video. That's why this video is in 21:9. The serious resolution. Is that all it takes to, impress Nazis, to just have a slightly wider video?
It's ironic here that he's talking about being intellectual in these debates here, but literally in the same minute of this film here, he's like, oh, but if they make you Google shit, then they're a faggot. He's just so anti-intellectual and anti-information because he's literally running off of the data set of random fucking idiots calling his phone, promoted on fucking Twitter. But don't think about it, don't even engage with people that'd be interested in having a conversation with you, even just to tease it out, because they're looking to deride you, they're looking to take away all of your privileges, they're looking to take everything you have and give it to Indians. That's unironically what he actually believes.
What's funniest of all is that on Sam Hyde's page to book tickets, it says, the views of the comedians do not necessarily reflect those of the Funny Bone. Viewer discretion is advised. That disclaimer is on no one else's page. It's just his. I'm really curious as to why they've singled him out. I can only wonder.
Thank you for calling
Maybe.
etix.com customer support. etix provides ticketing
This is
solutions for
etix?
thousands of events across the globe. And all
That's
calls
not what
are
I
recorded.
wanted. They don't have Sam Hyde promoted at all on their social media, it seems. That's really funny. It's like they're trying to have him and not have him. It's Schrodinger's Sam Hyde. What are you Sam hiding from? Try calling Destiny USA and see if I can get transferred over there.
Welcome to Destiny USA, New York's largest shopping, dining, and entertainment destination.
Yeah, I can't think of a single
For
greater
security,
shopping center in
please
New
press
York.
8.
You have reached 46000. We're sorry. This mailbox is full. Please
They don't
try
even
again
pick up
later.
the fucking phone.
Goodbye.
Lazy pieces of shit. What the fuck? What was that? Just yelling at me. What are you hiding? What are you hiding? I'm gonna call a different store and see if they can get me transferred over.
Visit our website at fivebelow.com. Our crew members are busy wowing our customers. Please hold as we transfer your call.
That's how you turn a problem into a selling point, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Destiny USA.
Oh, that's not who I wanted to call. I'm trying to call the Funny Bone. Would you know how I can get in touch with them?
No, I don't know their phone number right offhand, but I'm sure you'll,
I tried the number on Google, but the number on Google is wrong. It takes me to like a Ticketmaster thing. Would you know who I could like talk to at the mall that would be able to get me in touch with them? I'm doing a show there soon, so.
You can call mall security. They might be able to transfer you. Their number is this guy is doing a show up at Funny Bone, and he can't get a hold of them. You can call mall security at 315. They should be able to transfer you or something.
Thank you very much. You have a great night.
You too.
All I can give you is the number we have on file. Let me pull that up for you. All right, you ready for the number?
Yes.
Thank you for calling etix.com customer support. etix provides ticketing solutions for thousands of events across the globe, and all calls are
Why are they
recorded for
hiding
quality
from
assurance.
the
In order
public?
to best-
Alright, so you just get fucked with, I guess, if you try to investigate this. God damn it, being a journalist is so hard. Alright, I just bought a White Pages. I now know who's the man behind the magic that is the Funny Bone. So we'll call him up. I'm gonna call as Sam Hyde and just see what the fuck is up. Why did they have my page with a we don't, with a disclaimer, and no one else gets a disclaimer?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Luke Pridgeon, how are you, buddy? My name is Sam Hyde. I'm going to be doing a show at your little comedy club here in New York. And I'm just wondering, why do you have a disclaimer on my page that says, the views of the comedians do not necessarily reflect those of the Funny Bone. Viewer discretion is advised. But you don't have that on anyone else's page, just on my page. I'd be very interested in hearing back, so please call me back at this number. I know you got it, and this is a cell phone, because you haven't changed it since moving to Florida. Thanks, bucko.
Hey, this is just Sam Hyde. I'm about to be performing at the Destiny. I'm in my minivan getting some shakes at the Whataburger. I'm looking at the website, and it says, disclaimer, the views of the comedians do not necessarily reflect those of the Funny Bone. How dare you say, of course they don't. I'm a comedian. I'm not affiliated with Funny Bone. I'm just performing there. I cannot believe you would put such a discourteous disclaimer. Don't be speaking to me now. It's not on nobody else's. It's on mine. Shut up. I'm on the phone. It's not on anybody else's performance. It's only on mine. I don't know why you would ever discriminate against me. I feel like it's because you're just like a woke leftist and you're coming up with hoaxes. And I'm fed up with it. Honestly, this is not the first time this has happened at a comedy time. It's a comedy time. Call me back.
Oh, let's see what else he's got on his Twitter here. Coming to every city in America, 2025. Syracuse, New York. But I'm by Syracuse, New York. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna troll this shit here. I am going to see Sam Hyde at a comedy show. How can I troll him? Ask a bizarre or over-the-top question during a Q&A, if there is one. I like that this is already contingent on if Sam Hyde just opens the floor for discussion or anything. Considering we literally just witnessed him go, shut the fuck up, faggot, to a hypothetical person that disagrees with him.
When they come to you, when you see them, the only thing you should have to say to them is, hey, faggot, that's it.
To, this person in his head that disagrees with him, just like, yeah, don't even engage in discussion with them at all.
It's a strange move to include Q&A, because that's someone that might actually, be open to criticism or any sort of pushback at all would do. So that would be completely antithetical to the MO of Sam Hyde.
Bring a weird gift, like a framed photo of Nicolas Cage. Like, what?
I'm really curious what this shit is sourcing here. Hey, Sam Hyde, do you think Indian tech support is the worst we can get? I think we can get a little worse than that. Instead of being disruptive, act overly serious, taking notes during the show, or nodding as if it's a TED Talk. He might notice and play off of it. Oh yeah, he's not gonna see this shit coming, dude. I'm gonna fucking go to his show and take notes. You look like such a clown. What a fucking tool. Yeah, I'm just gonna wing it.
And it's the big day, everyone. Samuel Hyde is imminent. Here's a funny thing. They removed his little disclaimer on the website after I, as Sam Hyde, complained about it. That's very humorous. The comedy show was being hosted at the Funny Bone in the Destiny USA Mall.
They have Lol and Raffle written up there. They're so quirky and original. They have Lol and Raffle written on the thing.
The Destiny USA Mall is known for many things, like being the largest mall in New York State, and also being the site of shootings year after year. We got there about 45 minutes early, and there were a few human-resembling creatures outside, just talking amongst themselves.
I like how many people don't understand how a box office works. They're open, is the show open yet? No. I like that he goes for the show. He's like, you guys here for the show? The nondescript show? It's okay, you don't have to say it. You don't have to say it. We know you're here for the show.
Something I found quite interesting, however, is that Sam Hyde's show was not being advertised at all with any of the signage outside. They were almost ashamed that they were hosting him, but were hard up for cash. Yeah, we don't need to advertise it. Those Nazis, they'll figure it out. Speaking of those Nazis, by the way, there was some very interesting conversation we were overhearing.
I hate it because this is actually really spicy. All the ceiling allegations are false. We vehemently deny the existence of
That's funny, actually. That's actually sick. I like that shirt.
But we were surprised to find out we had more in common than we might have thought.
Oh shit.
Hi.
Are you a Sam Hyde fan?
Big time.
Kind of little. I mean, I just kind of.
Something anybody fully admits to. Yeah, I was gonna say,
we just kind of.
They act like there's something wrong with it or something.
Jamelyn, my wife, was recognized by a coworker.
It came all the way out. Oh my god, that's.
How's fun?
It's fine, honestly.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of people, leaving and everything. But
How's 13 Reasons Why been?
13 Reasons Why.
Something that seemed kind of interesting, actually, was that all the attendees had this vibe of being, quietly ashamed of their admiration for Sam Hyde.
It's one of those things where, I was trying to tell, my family about this, and who's Sam Hyde? I'm like, I can't really explain that at all. Yeah, what did they do? Don't look at his Twitter. I, stepped out of the office, and one of the associates at the firm I work with was like, oh, where are you going? And I was like, just a comedy show. So I work at, a video game-focused law firm, and we're connected. We do, private equity transactions all the time. And every fiber in my being wanted to go to my boss and be like, who do we know in private equity that can invest in really cool projects? And I was like, I need this job. I can't get fired. The second my boss asks who, I'm going to be like, this guy, you're in the show, it's really great.
Does nothing else.
Yeah, no, I was like, I don't think I would know anyone here.
My black friends aren't here, though. Just kidding. I don't have black friends. Hi. Hello!
Make sure you have IDs on you. Make sure your tickets is up on your phone. There is no picture taken in the showroom while the show is going on.
The things they pour things out of?
It's important. Please leave the showroom. Go home.
But if you look on the website for the page for Sam Hyde, it says the views of the comedians do not necessarily reflect those of the Funny Bone. But they didn't have that for any other person. So I called the CEO of Funny Bone, his name's Luke, whatever the hell. I pretend I'm Sam Hyde, that I'm outraged. I'm outraged about it, and they removed it. You can check it right now. It's removed. Yeah, they removed that little disclaimer.
I saw that a few weeks ago. I was like, yeah, they got a disclaimer in this one.
But it was just funny. They didn't have that on anyone else's. It was just that's hilarious.
It was definitely targeted.
God forbid.
Nobody else should be hearing you talk during the show. If you didn't come in the place, I would ask you to leave.
Don't ax me. I don't think the axe is necessary, Big Dog.
He's like, I want to mess with this. Why are they doing?
I think Sam would appreciate it.
I don't think I'd see anybody that.
Yeah, no.
We showed up to attend the first show when, unfortunately, disaster struck.
Where's the other tickets?
This one, me,
Okay.
and then
He's got. Where's the? I only had one ticket. Yeah, didn't it say four people per? That's one of one.
oh,
Yeah.
you gotta go back and click on the other ones.
Yeah, when I bought the ticket, it said that you could enter up to 4 per ticket.
No!
Do it.
Oh, sure.
Sure thing. If we can get 2 more tickets, that'd be fine. That'd be totally okay.
Maloney, yeah, you did only buy one ticket.
Okay.
So you just need to purchase 2 more. That's going to be 104, okay?
Okay.
They're sold out for the first show.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why we were asking it, and you said.
Yeah, they're not letting me. They're not letting
That's
me.
okay.
It's telling me it's sold out.
Well,
Would you be
But,
able to?
I can maybe, if you don't mind, and if you guys are still around, there's another show after that. The same guy.
Would the ticket for the first?
I can switch that one over, and you can buy 2 more for that show. Do you want to do that?
Sure.
So we fucked off, we bought a board game to kill some time, and then arrived for the next show right on time. However, despite us being on time, Sam Hyde didn't feel the need to end the fucking show for another 45 goddamn minutes.
Thank you for your service, man.
Yeah, world peace, big dog.
Carried away, and sometimes people interrupt. Not on this kind of show because there's a lot of crowd interaction, asking questions, people screaming out, so maybe that goes longer.
That'll teach us for being punctual.
Are you proud of yourself for what you've done?
You guys all have your IDs out? Yeah.
I do.
We didn't pay for VIP tickets, which is why we were about 6 inches away from the VIP section.
The candle bearer of the VIPs, are we going to do like a church ritual?
We're gonna do a seance. So what's your favorite Sam Hyde joke?
TED Talk. TEDx Talk.
TEDx talk? That was a good joke. Yeah.
Well, it's all of it's a joke. It's okay.
I hope he does it tonight.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Among the people we were seated with, we had a guy in a Make America Great Again hat, who you might think might be interesting to talk about, but was actually rather pedestrian in comparison to the guy with the MAGA yarmulke, on which he added the word MAGA in fucking construction paper. Look, guys, I'm one of the good ones. I mean, that's what I thought. It might have been some gay fraternity, I guess.
Oh, that's like official? That's official?
Yeah,
That's sick.
Maybe just 2 hours ago.
Fresh out of Israel.
Well, he just went 6 months ago for his birthday.
Nice work.
Oh, yeah.
Just sitting here bragging about it, man.
I'm cool. I'm hip. You guys don't have to throw me to the camps. Just makes me curious how he reconciles Sam Hyde and co, like, legitimately denying the fucking Holocaust.
Excuse me, sir, there's no photography allowed in the showroom.
We're getting replaced. We're data guys.
Well then finally, it was showtime. Daniel T. Gaming with Down syndrome was the opening act.
That's not Sam Hyde!
Wow, Sam got fat.
What's up, Syracuse? How y'all doing? Hey, make some noise. You guys ready for Milliondollar Extreme? Hell yeah. Sam Hyde, Nick Rochford, Charles Carroll.
You know, people that aren't me.
Make some fucking noise, come on.
For God's sake, please make some noise. Was it really necessary to ask for it twice? Daniel T. Graper here was really not confident in his shitty material. I wonder why.
You guys heard that? Riz and Skip-Dee Toilet.
Topical. Wow, the hottest jokes of 2024, guys.
Are you guys ready for our first act? Yeah? We couldn't hire a human opener, so we get a robot off of Temu.
Alright.
So everybody make tons of noise for AlexBot. Everybody make some noise. AlexBot.
I've already made noise twice, you fuck.
Hey, make some noise. Make some fucking noise. Come on.
Alright.
So everybody make tons of noise for AlexBot. Everybody make...
Just make the fucking noise!
Please clap.
He's nothing if not persistent, I'll give him that. The set was extremely short, but definitely wasn't sweet. And after he was done, we got someone who wasn't a murmuring piece of shit, Alex Schultz. But the only reason why he wasn't a murmuring piece of shit was because his entire comedy set was pre-recorded.
Wow, what an amazing audience. Let's hear it again for Chris Lynch.
There is no performance here. He is just dressed up in a funny costume and walking around, mouthing words to jokes that he's already written.
Is everyone ready for some based and red-pilled comedy?
What the hell is the point of live performance if you're not actually performing live?
My new audio sensors must be on the fritz again. They didn't detect any noticeable volume increase in the room. That's okay. We'll just try again. I said, who's ready for some based and red-pilled comedy?
I gotta say, by the way, right off the top of the bat of this comedy show, it really got mean very quickly.
My new audio sensors must have been programmed by some smelly Indian IT guy.
Alex had some disturbing obsession with the Indians.
I mean, seriously, can those people do anything right? It's like, hey Patel, poop is supposed to go in the toilet, not on your sandwich. Am I right, guys? Indian dinner tables be like, hey Rajit, pass me the shit shaker. Before you polish off that bowl of curry caca. They're not even eating off a dinner table. It's a fucking toilet seat. Indian joke number 1. Why did the Indian man cross the road?
Why? Because there was an uneaten pile of human shit.
You all chose
Indians.
And I'm not offended by jokes. I'm really not. But these were not even jokes, as per Alex's own admission.
Just jokes, folks. Just jokes. But not totally, right?
The point of these jokes are not at the expense of these idiotic stereotypes. The point of these jokes are just the stereotypes. For example, they do a joke about Vivek Ramaswamp ass, but the joke doesn't have anything to do with Vivek's actual character. It's just making fun of him because he's an Indian.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? A fucking Indian.
A fucking Indian who?
A fucking Indian who celebrates the math Olympiad over the prom queen, the valedictorian over the jock. Hi, my name is Vivek Ramaswamy, and I'm a fucking faggot dweeb who needs his head dunked in a toilet. I worship literal demons, and I enjoy shitting in the street then eating it with a spoon. Also, I have literally never had sex that was consensual.
Personally, I think it's funnier to make fun of the things that he actually stands for and does instead of just the fucking origin of the pussy he crawled out of. Vivek Ramaswamy isn't an embarrassing human being because he's Indian. He's a fully synthetic human being that was fucking grown in a lab whose opinions are only informed by what popularity polls on the right have to say. But I'm gonna come right out and say that this was not a comedy set. This was just a hate rally, really.
I have an entire server filled with some seriously red-pilled jokes about the following 3 racial groups. Jews, blacks, and
fags.
I'll let you guys decide between the 3. Go ahead. Shout out which race you want me to make fun of next. Collecting data.
Look at me, it's me, I did it, I'm a cool one. It presented the assertion of these stereotypes with a lacquer of ironic detachment, but that's only to excuse them actually saying it. The point of these jokes are not at the expense of people who make these stereotypes, or even not at the expense of the people that they're claiming have these stereotypes. The jokes are just saying that Indians eat shit. And like I said, it goes on and on and on about it.
Listen, Hard Peter, when I said you could fix you a plate at the cookout, I didn't think you would shit on said plate and then eat it in front of my moms and pops.
There's another joke later in the set where Alex Bot is about to make jokes about the Jews.
And poke some fun at those greedy Jews. I've got some hilarious material going DEFCON 3 on the yeah, my apologies. Never mind.
The joke is that Jewish people control everything. That is the assertion made by the joke. There is no irony in it where it's like making fun of people that believe that. That is the assertion being made. There was also some extraordinarily disturbing jokes.
Let's all take a moment to thank the Jews for all of their valuable contributions to humanity, such as
usury, pornography, world wars, chattel slavery,
and The Daily Show with Jon Stewart.
You see, now that's subversion of expectations. You might have been expecting, like, a joke there, but it's just the intro to The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. Weren't expecting that, were you?
Please clap.
Weren't expecting that either, were you? See, now that's a joke, I guess. And they made some jokes about George Floyd, too, which were extremely disturbing.
Here's my impression of
George Floyd
beating a pregnant woman with a pistol. Give me your money, bitch! You fucking bitch ass nigga! I'm gay, bitch! I'm fucking gay! You want that today? You think I give a fuck that you're pregnant? I'm killing that little nigga!
You can rape me if you want. Just please don't kill my baby.
Give me that money, you pregnant bitch!
But I can say they were at least relevant to what they were trying to do. Fortunately, that thing they were trying to do was to be racist, but the Vivek joke just wasn't even a joke. There was no comedy in it. It's just arbitrarily throwing stereotypes that you could at any other Indian person. This is not to say that the George Floyd jokes were funny, because they were mostly the same thing.
Here's my impression of
George Floyd
obeying the law.
Good morning, shopkeep. I'd like to purchase some cigarettes from your fine establishment. Why, yes, I do have legal United States currency. There you go.
But there was at least some specific relevance here. Which, by the way, this was in 2025. All right, after he's done walking around and mouthing jokes that were already pre-recorded, he calls out Charles fucking Carroll.
Do me a favor and put your fucking hands together and start screaming for my human friend, Charles fucking Carroll!
You know, that guy.
Please clap.
You see, if it's funny to just make the same joke about Indians 300,000 times for 15 minutes, then I think you can stand 3 times of Jeb Bush begging you to please clap. And also, and I'm completely not exaggerating, he bombed like fucking Hiroshima.
I have kids, they just turned 3, and if anyone has any misgivings or anxieties about having children, I'll tell you, I wish I could have had them when I was a baby. They're that fun.
Even the people that were supposedly there because they enjoy him didn't even know when they were supposed to laugh.
Maybe we'll get some sort of a scientific progress? No? You guys don't want? You guys want nothing? Just pay for gas your whole lives in cars? Nothing? That's what you get. What about Martin Luther King? You guys into this disclosure stuff? Or, Diddy? Anyone still have love for the brothers that are, getting dragged? No, no one does? Listen.
At least Turkey Tom here was nice enough to finally hand us our drinks, so maybe we could bear this a little longer. Right off the top of the bat, he's just reading old fucking jokes from his Twitter from 6 years ago. This isn't something he came up with for this comedy set. He's just retooling old content.
Because I have personal experience with Diddy. Don't judge too much. I know it seems like he's the worst. But I was trying to break into the industry with Justin Bieber back in the day. We were hard up. He took us in, and there was nothing that was ever done to us that we didn't ask for to begin with. It's just the way it is. He did us a favor. We were beat old dogs, almost ready to die. We were 15. I'll tell you how to beat it, with a mattress. Remember the Hat Men came out of the sewers in New York? Don't forget, the way they came out, it was something out of just another dimension. And you get to the philosophy after you learn that of denying all history. You don't have to deny one thing, or the things that you don't like. You can deny it all. I'm still waiting for JFK disclosure. Anyone give a fuck about what happened in the 60s? Anyone? Why? The way that guy looks, and his wife, the most grotesque people I've ever known. Pictures, they looked freakish, the way they sounded.
What's remarkable is that I'm kind of at a loss for words to even criticize Charles' set, because he had a tendency to just tell a joke, the joke would fail, so he would keep reiterating and repeating the joke until finally people realized, oh, I'm supposed to be laughing here. Ha ha ha. Then he could finally move the fuck on.
The way that guy looks, and his wife, the most grotesque people I've ever known. Pictures, they looked freakish, the way they sounded. And his wife, I'd rather be fucking Barbara Bush's Aleister Crowley looking faggot ass than her. What the fuck? One of the good things about him is he sort of had a red dog dick. He needed a different girl every night. Anyone remember his sort of sexual prowess? I guess it's cool if you fucking got a red dog dick. But then he'd fuck so much he'd blow his fucking back out and he'd be on pain pills all the time.
I have to chime in here to keep this fair use, but I want you also, while I'm counting how many times he repeats these concepts, how many times you've busted your fucking gut so far.
That's not cool. A guy looking like that looks like shit. But at least being on pain pills is kind of decent, though. It's actually, now that I think about it, it's kind of, you get your fucking head blown off if you're on too many back pills after fucking a girl every night. But the best thing, my favorite thing he's ever done is use a sex slave. He was into that, like Marilyn Monroe. Hey, thanks a lot. You guys have been real fun. This has been really, really satanic tonight. Hey, thanks a lot.
Oh, you're done?
Hey, give it up. Keep it going, please. Give it up for the fucking driver. You guys want to get driven? You guys want to get driven? Let's go! Get ready for the driver's gonna drive you! Give it up for Nick fucking Roachford!
Is he better? Is he better?
Give it up for Charles Kelly, everybody!
That was incomprehensible.
All right, Charles is done. So let's see the next guy, Nick Rochefort. Now I'll come right out and say that he was easily the best comedian featured out of the 5.
Does anyone have a job where they want to kill everybody they work with? Could you fucking do it, man? You got the fucking balls, man.
You might be asking why I think that joke is funny in particular, but I don't think the quote-unquote jokes about Indians at the beginning of the show were. Well, number one, like I said, the point of those jokes were not to be ironic at all, to say the joke is that Indians aren't actually like this. That is the assertion that they're making, that they are like this. Part of what makes that joke in particular funny is that the punchline is unexpected. It comes out of nowhere. In fact, he hides the setup of it, which subverts our expectations, which actually makes the fucking joke funny. Now, they weren't all winners.
And your cousin who's your age will walk up to you and show you a video on their phone. He's like, hey, dude, did you see this funniest shit video, dude? Let me show you the funniest thing I saw, dude. Check this out. Yo, it's a video of a dog pushing a beach ball into the ocean. And you're like, what? Well, check this meme out. This is Pauly Walnuts asking Tony Soprano, and it says, hey, Tone, if they was cooking the Jews in the gas chambers, why would they use wooden doors? So silly. Hey, Tone, what's with the pile of shoes?
Again, the point of this joke is to cast doubt on the Holocaust. Now, he might argue that that wasn't the point, and the point was simply just the sudden, rapid escalation to accentuate the dichotomy between his cousin and himself in the story. But I think it's quite obvious from the deliberate choice of the subject matter that part of it is to be critical of the narrative of the Holocaust. I mean, he knows his audience. That's why he chose the Holocaust specifically for that joke.
And this is an above average crowd, but I'm telling you, he would fuck us up. I know this crowd is, you don't think you're smart, but guys, this is an above average intelligence crowd. I know you saw the line of people that you were standing next to, but trust me.
He did have some Mad Lib style jokes where he was just checking his phone to make sure he got the local references right.
I was riding around here. I actually talked to the president of the Department of Transportation in Syracuse. His name is Frank Kablinski. In Syracuse, I mean, I'm sure. What's the best restaurant? I'm asking now. This isn't a comedy thing. What is the best restaurant in Syracuse?
McDonald's.
Yeah, it's McDonald's. Is pasta? What is it? Pastalicious?
Possibility.
Nasticos? All right, I'll take it. What's the fucking pasta place that's number one? Pastabilities, bro. That's like everybody says Pastabilities. You know how fucking dumb you look when your main restaurant is Pastabilities? That sounds like an Italian cooking school for retards.
Not only that, he actually could improvise pretty decently.
Your parents have stories about how this was a good neighborhood in 1950, right? That's usually the story. And then somehow it got worse in the 80s, and now it's back to being shitty again. And we all know why, but
It's the Italians.
And I get it. Yeah, the Italians are just lazy when they get government jobs. They don't want to get their fucking their fat daughter a job and a state pension. That's really what it is.
It's not like the most clever thing ever said upon stage ever. I'll leave that to Michael Richards. But at least it was semi-relevant and proved he actually, had some baseline intelligence. He actually was a performer instead of just rereading tweets or literally lip-syncing jokes.
Doing my paperwork. I don't know how to use a compute. Is anybody actually looking for a house around here?
Hell no.
Wow, you guys I've never heard that much. No one, not one person's looking for a house?
This part here clearly didn't go as planned, and he was able to just keep the show going.
Where are you looking? What?
South, Northeast PA.
Northeast PA? Good for you, getting out of the state. That good.
Brag. So yeah, all this to reiterate, he was easily the most capable performer we saw that night. He was actually performing. He appeared to have the ability to improvise.
And then some other useless pig fucking celebrity like Kristen Bell or Dax Shepard standing over there. Or like Jack Black or something like that. Who's the worst celebrity in the world that you would watch turn into dog food and not even blink an eye?
Sam Hyde!
Yeah. Don't you fucking edgy bastard! Oh, you're fucking dead, dude! Yeah. Anyway, the answer I was gonna be looking for was Gene Simmons. Who's the most famous person from Syracuse? I should have looked this up.
Who the fuck knows?
Tom Cruise?
I am.
Really?
Tom Kenny.
Tom Petty?
Tom Kenny. SpongeBob.
Oh, I don't care about that. Listen, you fucking furry ass pedophiles over there. Don't you fucking start with me. Don't you start with me. I saw you in a convention center dressed up as the Carfax Car Fox. Take it easy.
Why is your skin the same color?
So all these freak shows.
I mean, partially. If you catch him in a pinch, he might panic.
Like, I was fighting with my wife. We had gone to the store on a Sunday, okay? Like, to get some lunch meat and get some, like, vegetables for my lunch for the week and get some, like, shampoo and stuff that we needed. Groceries.
Oh no, I'm getting heckled. I gotta string together as many edgy terms as I can think of.
Are you a fucking spastic retard, dude? Listen to me, you fucking puzzle piece, autistic, twitchy faggot. You will get dragged out of here. I'm gonna have say, Sam, let's get someone to drag someone out. It'll be fun. Don't do it. Don't do it. Fucking freak show. Jesus Christ.
He's on tilt, bro.
What else are you gonna do? All right.
You forget your place in the joke?
Yeah, that made sense. I'm not actually that mad that he called me out specifically. Truthfully, these guys were so robotic, literally and figuratively, that I didn't expect any of them to even bother going off script. So I will say to Nick Rochefort that I admire that he at least tried to roll with the punches and turn it into content and turn the comedy back around on me to remain in the position of power in charge of the show. Nick Rochefort, easily the best part of the show. And now it's Sam's turn. Yippee!
All right, are you guys ready? Are you ready? Are you ready, puzzle pieces? Put them in the air. Yes, puzzle pieces unite. Oh, we are ready. We are ready to blast off. All right, no, I know you think this is going down one way, but I assure you, my friend, it is not going to go down that way. I've had my buddy back there drinking fucking pots of coffee all day long. He drank a whole carafe at the hotel. He had a hot pot of coffee, then he had 2 cold brews, and then he had another regular pot of hot coffee just now, and he's been doing push-ups on 4 blocks of ice. That's 2 in his hands and 2 on his feet, and we're all fucking pissed off. It's going to be fan-fucking-tastic. Please blow the roof off this pedophile fucking strip mall, disgusting child trafficking center for my best friend, Sam Hyde, everybody!
What's up, y'all? Does anybody have any Zen? Does anybody have classic or smooth? You have wintergreen? Does anybody have classic or smooth?
And already you can see he's a little pissed off.
Who's the puzzle piece? Who's next to the puzzle piece?
My husband!
Puzzle pieces. Okay, don't be annoying, all right?
I'll let you do that.
Okay. Don't say anything else for the rest of the show.
Now, unlike Nick Rochefort, Sam does not like to go off his pre-programmed script, apparently.
Alright, are you guys Christian?
No! Hell no!
Jew! Is there anybody, are you guys, who's an atheist? Raise your hand if you're an atheist. I just want to know, I'm not going to make fun of you, just raise your hand. Is there everybody, raise your hand if you
Sam
believe
Hyde
that,
fans don't like me.
Okay, you have to leave, you gotta go. Staff, can you get him out of here?
Hi, big guy.
Thank you.
Sam, however, did not want to improvise at all. He wanted to stick to his one track that he already had established because he didn't want to think on his feet. Or can't think on his feet. I don't know. I want to contrast this with Nick's reaction, where he at least tried to spin what was happening into more jokes to actually make the show special and entertaining.
Are you a fucking spastic retard? Listen to me, you fucking puzzle piece, autistic, twitchy faggot.
Okay, don't be annoying, man.
Don't you fucking edgy bastard! Oh, you're fucking dead, dude!
Don't say anything else for the rest of the show.
Don't you start with me. I saw you in a convention center dressed up as the Carfax Car Fox. Take it easy.
Okay, you have to leave. You gotta go. Staff, can you get him out of here?
I know you guys came here to see the Sam Hyde show and what I actually thought of it, but unfortunately I couldn't help myself from getting kicked out. Maybe I was a bit uncharitable to Sam Hyde. He kicked me out because he clearly identified that I'm not a fan of his, and I don't want to give him the wrong idea. I'm a huge fan of Holocaust denial. So I drove over to Hartford, Connecticut to see what I missed.
I got his little Zen here, so hopefully we can get that to him. The weather in Connecticut's supposed to be 50 right now, so that's where we're headed. Is it worth it?
I truly did want to reconcile things with Sam Hyde because it was clear his feelings got pretty badly hurt. But Zen isn't any way to apologize to someone. What's the universal apology medium? Cake, of course.
Hello. Could you write on this cake for me?
I'm new.
Okay.
I only have 5 days here. And the another girl that is here, she don't know how to write too.
Just incapable. Okay, gotcha.
There we are. Hopefully this is to his likings, and he doesn't mind that the R was fucked up there. I figured the R for racist was more important.
We had a more interesting crowd waiting for us in Hartford this time.
I don't know. It's just, it's funny, people's willingness to believe something they want.
Yeah, well, anybody...
This is the first time I've unironically seen people use Telegram.
You have Telegram, so that mean you're a furry or part of ISIS?
No, it means that I'm a right-wing extremist.
Oh, check this out. Sam Hyde wasn't advertised out front here either. That's fucking hilarious.
What I'm more surprised about, too, is there's so many, like, normal-looking people. Because, you know, nothing's really gonna happen. Like, even if someone tries something...
I don't mean anything serious, like throwing it to my relationship.
No, even if they try something serious, they try anything. You're putting, you know, the top guy in a self-defense situation. You don't want to do that, you know?
Oh, dude, I forgot he was the top guy.
Yeah, he's you know, Hitler's top guy. You don't mess with him.
Things were going great. We're having a nice, friendly conversation.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fucking great. So it's got Yakub in the middle. I can't find a picture of it, but, it's got Yakub in the middle, and it says proud Neanderthalic ice dweller. And it's got a bunch of, like, famous white guys. There's, like, Eddie Hall and Hulk Hogan and Joey from MD with, like, fucking, like, A10 eyes and shit like that. And, fucking Tom Brady and, like, cornrows and
Until...
Yeah, you going to the Sam Hyde show?
Yeah.
Dude, you're a famous actor.
Thank you.
You are.
Now, I legitimately thought my cover was fucking blown here.
So you know?
I know. I'm aware. Well, seriously, you are, right?
Yeah. You said what?
What's your name?
My name?
No, you are though. I know you from somewhere, but no, stop fucking with me. Seriously. Upside down. I wanna take. You know John Johnson?
Yeah, I know. Never met him, but...
Zach Johnson?
Zach?
They got me.
Thank God. He's just wasted because he's weak and can't live with himself. This time round, we got way worse seating than last time. Excellent. We also had some interesting conversation with the patrons I was sat with as well.
I'd like a burger with just like patty and bun, nothing extra on it.
So it was on this site Galloway or Galway or something, and it was just this like limited time drop. The same.
It was on this Gallows.
They put out this Yakub proud Neanderthalic ice dweller shirt, and I couldn't figure out. By the way, thank you for. Yeah.
Shout out to you, bro.
And I couldn't decide which one to wear, but I thought this is a little more schizo, you know, really spice it up. You know, if you guys want to read it, it's really.
Oh my God, those guys are fucking put together.
That's the place, Gallywall. That was the place I found it on.
They got like fucking shirts and fucking everything.
Yeah, the high council. Yeah, Mossad and everything on there. Dude, in fucking Europe, to me, like any like left of center these days, how many fucking like migrants and shit they got right now? It's like fucking, I saw this stat, it was like what, 1 in 3 European women are raped by, you know, like foreign Asians and stuff like that. It's like how the fuck can you just like see all this shit happening and like,
I don't know. It's like this Romanian guy who's like super anti-Russia and he thinks that every fucking like right of center thing is like some like Russian psyop.
Though honestly,
Scan this QR code.
what I would definitely recommend, because I mean, so many people nowadays fucking take advantage of the system. You pay into it, take from it. You know what I mean? Like all the welfare and shit. There's no shame in that because I mean, they're already taking it out of your fucking.
Yeah, no.
A buddy of mine, he's got like, he just had his 6th kid now. Yeah. You know, and he's like minded and shit like that. But the big thing is just fucking take advantage of it. You know, because like.
I already have a system for that later on. So yeah. I already know what I'm gonna get.
This is bullshit instead of fucking printing the damn thing. Like,
I just looked it up before. Where'd you come from?
oh, is this just the fucking tickets? I want the menu.
No, there's
idiot. There we go.
You have to like select.
There we go.
Oh no, the other side.
Oh yeah, here's tickets for the show you're at. Like,
Spoil this. Girls who would be like on our like political thing, I would wonder if they ever mentally ill.
Oh yeah, no, honestly, like with the way it is with women, it's whatever like the last like dick she really enjoyed, that's her political alignment. You know, it's just copy and pasted from that.
Or it's like if they want to spite their parents, they'll just go with it.
Exactly, but it's by and large like broads, they take cues. No onions, the texture upsets my autism. I swear to God, I'll start fucking screaming if they put onions on it.
Deserved.
No, you're right. Surprisingly, despite being a Sam Hyde fan, I'm not actually diagnosed.
I don't know a lot of Sam Hyde fans. That's gonna be how I'm gonna take from this day, because I can just claim like disability.
Oh yeah, that's true.
well, when that shit's on pause, but like.
Yeah, I had to delete the bomb the U.S. government with my fucking neck. Elon James. Yeah.
I mean, the guy that bought Twitter is a fucking bullshit piece of shit fucking finance guy.
Yeah, the guys were like, I put my money Elon's gonna bring in the tech revolution.
He did. He's gonna.
The only thing Elon's gonna bring in.
Dude, he made a truck with 3 sides on it.
Oh my God! I have never seen a fucking Cybertruck driver. Is it fucking Indian or Chinese?
Whenever they fucking
white Cybertruck driver.
No, I've seen like this old ass white fucking guy pull up in one. And just like when he pulled up, this was at like a diner. Everyone in the bar, not in the diner, fucking like audibly like groaned. It's like, oh, it's like one of these. It's a rich asshole when you see a fucking Cybertruck owner. It's like you buy a car that doesn't fucking work for $100 grand.
Car that looks like a fucking fourth grader's drawing.
My favorite thing though is my truck. Anytime I see a Tesla on the road where they're, chilling, they're doing the autopilot or whatever on the highway, I love to kind of edge into their lane.
That's awesome.
Trigger all their automatic fucking defensive driving.
That's sick, actually. I'm gonna steal that. That's really funny.
Harass, brake check Teslas, really make their day fucking.
Well, Elon's gonna make the tech revolution come.
Yeah.
He put a Tesla on the moon or whatever the fucking thing was.
He reinvented the subway, but worse.
Yeah, I just fucking. Everybody's got something to offer.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's the point.
Except for Indian people.
I couldn't think of it.
Yeah,
I do know a good one because he hates everyone else and he flies like a British Raj flag all the time. And he talks in like a perfect English accent. Like you would think he's like a white Londoner. They don't care about ideology at all. It's like they don't care if they're communist, fascist, or democratic, whatever the fuck. They just want Russia to be powerful and they don't want like their daily lives to be fucked. Yeah. Which is just like that's like this. I think that's honestly something that Americans could probably use a bit, because then daily life would be less annoying.
I don't think there's any point in using Twitter anymore because Alex Schultz has me blocked. So.
Why does he have you blocked? It's so random.
Which one is Alex Schultz again?
He's the one that's not in World Peace.
guess all I can do now is work on my health.
He's the first act here.
No shit.
Yeah, his whole thing is fucking like pre-recorded, and I said, dude, this shit was gay as fuck, dude, and he like blocked me on Twitter. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm not here for him.
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
I'm here for the MDE guys. And Nick fans.
I find it interesting when like people can like isolate themselves, where it's just like nobody on like either side likes him, like Vivek Ramaswamy. It's like, who the fuck likes him,
right?
dude?
Yeah, like that's it. Also, you know, it's a group organization that kind of ended up in that position by fucking accident is the ADL.
Yeah, dude.
The ADL is like an organization that did that because the thing is that like they obviously want to like punish the right and shit, but they fucking can't because they pissed off all the left wingers because they're still like insanely pro-Israel.
Yeah.
So they're just fucking stuck. That's why they let Elon off for doing the fucking.
Because it's a mainstay.
It's like how Gap didn't replace Twitter.
Right. Yeah.
Like Parler did it. It's like.
And I only got on Twitter this past year.
Andrew Torba doesn't like me.
To follow along with Fish Tank. You know, good updates.
I kind of only use it to like follow like. I basically just use it to like keep up with like the news, and I sometimes use it to like look at in this thing. That's usually keep my eyes. It's like I also explicitly filter the news to be like shit that I politically align with, so I'm not just like getting angry at my phone for no fucking reason. Because like I'm around people who are like, you know, some of them are like these like European guys who are all like left wing, and they're like, oh, I don't like this because I see these like fucking like Nazi guys where I'm like, dude, just fucking like block all of them and only follow your like the accounts of the political side you like, and you'll be fucking happy.
Don't like Elon Musk because like, oh, I don't like him because he bought on Twitter and shit. Now it's like
I don't like him because he's the fucking embodiment of.
Has he done?
I don't like him.
Tell me a good thing he's done.
The good thing
He accidentally sing Heil, but that was the only good thing I could think of.
I love how he needs it both ways here. Like, the media is lying about Elon Musk. He did not Sieg Heil. However, it was also awesome that he Sieg Heiled.
And the second time around, I'm just like,
I also think like
there's only really is. Excuse me, sorry. He's a pressure release valve for white people. You know, so the past 4 years with Joe Biden, the whole country was getting so fucking pissed, so amped up. And so, I mean, if they can rig 2020 so blatantly with no, recourse like they did, then you can't tell me that if the system really, like, feared Trump, that they wouldn't have just done it this time around again.
So now we're going to get into the comedy show. Now, I feel the need to explain that I could not see what the camera was actually pointing at. And unfortunately, we fell victim to the least strategically placed glass of water in cinema history. So it is not great footage, but it's just what we have to work with. We still have audio, so let's hear it.
It's weird though. I still have some friends that are in their mid-20s, and they have weird Skibidi toilet. You guys heard of that?
Holy shit! Do you recognize that voice? That guy was the first guy, Daniel T. Groiper from the New York show. I was blown away when I saw this. I thought this guy was like just like an intern or something that was inserting himself into this comedy show, like trying to graft himself onto it. I didn't know that like he was supposed to be a comedian, like a real comedian, really? I thought this was just his tight one that he was trying to get in to try and like bump elbows with the elites of Sam Hyde types. Now, obviously, the Alex Bot set was the same exact fucking thing from last time, so I don't feel the need to talk about it.
Go ahead. Shout out which race you want me to make fun of next. Come on, everyone. Let me hear you. Shout out those races. Analyze it. Audience.
Wow, even the audience reaction is duplicated. Now, obviously, you can see my footage here is not very good, so fortunately, the MDE team thought it was a good idea to upload footage of this set to their YouTube channel, so I can sample it for this YouTube video. Now you can see for yourselves how the general public reacts to his hilarious pre-recorded comedy.
Can't you ring up my items first before you polish off that bowl of curried caca?
You see, you might think you know what that censor bleep that was 900 times louder than the rest of the video was censoring, but you don't. You see, this is also a deliberate tactic to, like, obfuscate what they really, truly are expressing here. You think they're censoring the word assholes because you're a normal person, but they censor the word untouchables for some reason.
Come on, Rizzy. Can't you untouchables ring up my items first before you polish off that bowl of curry caca?
I guess they considered that to be a better word to save face upon. Because what person would assume that he's saying untouchables? That is the deliberate implication. That's why this is the free upload here, having the more polished, nice veneer for everyone to be like, yeah, see, they're harmless. It's just edgy jokes. And that'll be enough to shake off most people. But the people that are bought into Sam Hyde, the people that actually like him and watch him, you know, they'll pay for his content and then they'll get the hatred they ordered. It is definitionally duplicitous. Another word they changed is changing Jews to Brazilians.
About the following 3 racial groups.
Brazilians.
Blacks. And?
Happy dudes.
They made it obvious that they're changing it, like they're being facetious about it, maybe to play into the paranoid delusion of like, oh, Jews are gonna shut us down, so we gotta put some other demographic that obviously has no power. However, I also feel like it was for a bit of insurance, just so they can, like, distance themselves a little bit from being Nazis. That's the whole move, is the ironic detachments. That way, you know, I'm not really a Nazi, I'm just a comedian. I'm just a normal guy from 15 years ago. But what's funny is, as a result, they also had to censor the audience's reaction to calling for genocide, so...
Shout out which race you want me to make fun of next. Collective data. Collective data. Come on, everyone.
If you plan on attending one of these live shows and see that Alex is going to be on there, you can just watch the upload on YouTube. It's literally, not even exaggerating, the same exact thing. Now, I will admit, Charles Carroll's set went over a lot better this time than it did last time.
I've always respected his intellect. He had a genius intellect, and you know, his theories on space, I guess, shaped our lives somehow. You've been to space lately? Oh, no?
That joke wasn't in the original set, and you know what? Fair enough. I thought that was humorous. Charles' delivery was also much smoother and more confident. I don't know if he got a hit right before this, and that's why he's acting normal. In the previous show, it almost looked like he didn't even know he was supposed to be telling jokes.
I don't have time to hear about that shit. What's that, in the Middle East? I don't know what I don't even know what that is.
I mean, don't misunderstand me. It was still pretty cruel.
These guys are all fags.
And also, of course, 60% of the jokes are still just from his Twitter that he wrote like 7 years ago. But still, I was blown away. I mean, I think I exhaled sharply out of my nose like 2, maybe 3 times during his set, which is incredible because I was ready to go fucking catatonic last time. Conversely, Nick Rochefort's set was missing some material.
I'm a 3rd-generation car salesman, and every day towards the end I would come into work and I would touch the ceiling tiles in the bathroom to see how much ammunition it could hold. I knew I would have to reload. I'm not going out like a chump, and I'm not going to kill 10 people, I'm going to kill 35 to 60.
This joke isn't here. Did he make it up on the fly? Did he forget it when he was here? I don't know.
What I would do is anytime I saw a Porsche, the names are like, you know, Ruby Star, you know, that's a pink color. Or, I don't know, there's all like aubergine green and all these like super important colors. But what I would like to do is like rename them like, say the color was like this like fucking navy over here, you'd call it my dad never legitimately told me that he loved me, and even if he did, I wouldn't believe him blue.
Again, pretty solid joke. Not here in the Connecticut set. Were we not deserving of that joke in Connecticut? Did you bumblefuck your way into accidentally doing a good comedy set in Syracuse? I guess the world will never know, Nick. It was interesting seeing the alternate reality versions of this specific joke.
He runs a small regional bank in Connecticut, and I have a show Wednesday night in Hartford, and I hope his fucking ass shows up. I hope I show up, he's fucking 5th stage chemo bald when I see him. He's like, hey, what's going on?
He runs a small bank in Connecticut, and I can't stand this fucking cocksucker. I hope the next time I see him, he's fucking stage 5 cancer bald. I do. I hope he's here tonight. I hope someone knows him here. You tell him I'm coming for him. Yeah, he's a fucking piece of shit.
It's amazing. It's like reading the Richard Bachman Mirror novel of desperation. which I'm sure is the only Stephen King comparison I could make to this hilarious comedy show.
This is a smart crowd. I know you saw the people you were in line with, but this is a smart crowd. Yeah.
Oh wow, a smart crowd here too. What a coincidence.
I get it. You're above average intelligence, just by default. I used to work in TV. Trust me, you are.
Oh, you used to work in TV? What on earth happened?
You're not taking shit as it comes. You're not reciting bazinga jokes.
Nah, this crowd appreciates real humor, like Holocaust denial.
Yeah, so this one's Paulie Walnuts, and he's saying to Tony Soprano, he says, hey, Tone, if there was gas in all the Jews, then why would they use wooden doors?
They, like, really appreciate that humor.
Hey, Tone, what's with the pliable shoes? Now, Chris, that's funny, you know?
Also, did you catch that some people actually laughed before the joke was even finished?
Yeah, so this one's Paulie Walnuts, and he's saying to Tony Soprano, he says, hey, Tone, if there was gas in all the Jews, then why would they use wooden doors?
But it's just jokes, guys. It's just jokes. They were just psychic. They just knew the punchline ahead of time. Something else I thought was interesting was they were doing this phony show of, look, we're supporting the local economy by buying Saratoga water in New York. But in Connecticut, they're like, who gives a fuck about these fucking idiots? We're just gonna buy great value. And finally, we've arrived at Sam Hyde's set. Now, I expected a lot here, but something I did not expect was for him to preach fucking Christianity to us.
Are you guys Christian?
Yeah!
Raise your hand if you believe in Jesus Christ. Okay, what do you believe? Israel. What do you believe is the reason for our existence?
Oh, I see. See, this is what he was planning when he brought it up in the first show. He was going to call on some random guy, and because the random guy wasn't expecting to get into a theological debate at this comedy show, he's going to look like a fool. Therefore, Jesus Christ exists.
The experience of now is the reason why we're here. What do you mean by that? You want to laugh, and that's why we're here. That's why existence exists. Because you want to laugh when we're here now. Do you ever think about this stuff? You do. You like crowd work?
I'm gonna read an entry from World Peace. Also, I know you're a fucking atheist and you hate God, and God is so fake, it's like it pisses me off. But your life will be 100% easier and better if you wind up with a girl who was raised Christian. That's just the way it is. Once a month, she'll say something about how she wants to save your soul, or maybe you will actually have to go to church once a week, but it is worth it 1000%, we promise you. Take a road trip down south and go to a few popular chicken restaurants, and you will see what I mean. I don't know why you'd have to drive down south to visit popular chicken restaurant, but whatever. The girls who work at popular chicken restaurant in the south are the sweetest, even-tempered, have promise rings, and if you ever actually get a career that requires you to travel, she is less likely to be blowing Chad while you were out trying to pay the bills. Also, on the off chance that God is real, you will get some brownie points. You guys might think it's ironic that he's praising God while also preaching hateful teachings. Oh, he's not a very good Christian. Well, I disagree heavily. This is actually the perfect manifestation of Christianity. Hate everybody that's different, put everybody down. That is what the Bible teaches. 100%. And the actual text of the Bible is largely irrelevant anyways, because the only role of religion, as it has always been, is to exert control and power over people and to extort money out of them. That is why it is so attractive to fascists. Fascists will use the veneer of religion, and you can insert any religion here. I just choose Christianity because it's the most prevalent in the United States, as a vehicle to push their fascist agenda. Well, it's my religious beliefs, it's my religious right, and we need to instill religion into schools and workplaces and every child all across the United States. People will validate their own character by indicating that they're Christians, that they were raised Catholic or Buddhist or whatever the fuck. They were a good Christian boy is a common expression.
And it occurred to me how selfish I've been for pretty much my entire adult life. And I don't want to get into it too much, but it appears to me that every day, maybe not your worst day ever, but even the bad days are an absurdly improbable gift from a creator who loves us. And yeah, that's it.
God bless you, Sam!
God bless you, sir. Shut the like. What a fucking pussy, dude. Right before the show started, this guy was going on about how he hated sycophants. I think a lot of these segments really just speak for themselves. They're either not funny or just literally hate packaged into a veneer of comedy, or just completely inexplicable.
He was the closest online friend I've ever had. Now, if you're a normal person, you have a life, that doesn't mean anything to you. But it was a very special thing, like playing Counter-Strike and just like laughing our asses off. We met on a Counter-Strike server because we were saying nigger over and over again.
Well, isn't that endearing? Did you notice how the timbre of his voice faltered when he said the word, by the way?
Because we were saying nigger over and over again.
Now go ahead, laugh your ass off, because that's literally the punchline, is the word nigger. You know, the word nigger. It's so shocking, isn't it? Ha ha ha. And this isn't even the only time where the punchline is literally just the word nigger. Check out his Twitter here.
Do something that the fans remember, that they want to see.
Hey, Daniel said the N-word and the F-word.
That doesn't count. Those are easy. I can do that all day. I can say the N-word all day, Simon.
I never heard you say it.
I can say it all day long.
Say it. Oh, shit. You said it.
Oh, he can say all the words. That's why he bleeped it out, even though it's a Twitter post and there's literally no reason to do that. What a remarkable thing. Crowning achievement from you, Sam Hyde. Comedic genius.
You said it.
You're damn right I said it. Still having the time of our lives in here?
Oh, yeah.
Also, you got to take note of how long it actually took him to, say it. He calls it the N-word. Also, you got to love how he says he'll say it like 1,000,000 times before he ends up saying it.
That doesn't count. Those are easy. I can do that all day. I can say the N-word all day, Simon.
I never heard you say it.
I can say it all day long.
Oh, I'll say it. I have no problem saying it. I'm not afraid of saying the word.
Say it.
Fuck, I was hoping you wouldn't test me. But I say guts like he did anything significant at all. And I say that because despite Sam Hyde's complete paranoia, no one faces any fucking consequences for saying slurs. Despite what Sam Hyde's paranoia might say, minorities do not have any significant control in this country. Literally everything in the United States and United States culture is geared towards him, a white man. A middle-aged white man. But he thinks because minorities got 0.5% of rights, then all hell's gonna break loose for him, and he's gonna be sent to the fucking gulag. Think of how pathetic that is. That he legitimately thinks that he did anything, significant here. Significant enough to make it, a Twitter clip and put Sigma music over it. He's genuinely really proud of himself. When if he was a real fucking man, he wouldn't give a shit about what other people fucking tell him what he can say or what other people think. He wouldn't censor out the fucking word nigger. By the way, in case you're wondering who that Counter-Strike friend was, apparently it was a fan of Sam's.
Well, he was like, hey, have you seen these Sam Hyde videos? And I was like, bro, I'm the guy you're talking about.
And this was his fate.
Was getting rear-ended by an 18-wheeler at a traffic light, dragged 150 feet, and cut in half.
Oh, jeez.
And somehow Sam spins this into how God is just amazing and incredible.
And I don't want to get into it too much, but it appears to me that every day, maybe not your worst day ever, but even the bad days are an absurdly improbable gift from a creator who loves us. And yeah, that's it.
I mean, I wouldn't have thought that'd be a very nice thing for God to do, but, believe your own delusions, you're free to do that. Now, surprise, surprise, a lot of the jokes are just genuine cruelty compartmentalized into, like, resembling comedy. Let's break down this one specific joke here.
The base joke is this: I don't drink the coffee unless the barista has colored hair. And the idea is that the coffee shops where they actually make good coffee, they only employ gay people. So if you see like pink hair or like tattoos, you know you're gonna get good coffee, okay? So my twist on it was, I don't drink the coffee unless the barista has recent top surgery scars. Because it tastes so much better when you know the person that made it's gonna kill themselves in a month and a half.
Yeah, imagine having a tattoo. What a fucking dick.
It's just extra gravity. It's one of the last acts on this mortal coil is making me coffee. Now guys, that's a joke, okay? It's just words, it's just a joke, trying to make people laugh, all right? If a trans person made me coffee for real, I'd throw it in their face. That's disgusting. Hey, you freak! Where's your manager? You should kill yourself! I only drink coffee made by right-wing Aryan Chads.
I have no problem admitting that in a vacuum, if this was a normal person, this joke would be funny. It is a comedic, humorous exaggeration of reality. The thing that pushes it out of the territory of being funny and into the territory of being cruel, though, is that every bit of Sam Hyde's character and existence is for furthering the alt-right. He doesn't necessarily mean these exact words here, but it's part of a larger picture to ostracize trans people. And you can tell because he just keeps going on it.
My opinion, okay? And it was very strange because there was nothing outwardly weird about their appearance.
Oh, their appearance? Don't you mean her or his appearance? You've criticized using they as a singular pronoun before. Did you accidentally reveal that it can be used as a singular pronoun as well as multiple?
We were talking about Israel versus Palestine and Elon's takeover of X and all this other stuff, and I realized halfway through as I was agreeing with everything that she said that I'm talking to an autistic man. And she said the way to understand the difference between real women and trans women is just the word more, okay? So real women get sad, you know? You get PMS, you ruin your boyfriend's life for a week out of every month, make him want to put a screwdriver in your head and kill you. And he'll laugh and smile, but he wants to kill you. Trans women get more sad. They get so sad they shoot up Christian daycares. Retrans at the end of this thing.
Let me see what.
And then they have a near fatal car accident that they caused. Coming to God moment, this is years later, they detrans for what I heard from the thing is the last time. Sounds amazing. It's an amazing documentary that I was hearing about. It's called The Retard. They're already shooting the sequel. It's called The Fucking Retarded Faggot.
So yeah, we kind of get an amalgamation of a lot of the other jokes we already heard. It's just cruelty disguised as jokes.
Give me your money, nigga! Give me all that money, nigga!
And then Sam Hyde makes a bunch of jokes about board games.
I made board games for black people. I'm serious, guys. I made board games for black people. We did Black Clue. It's called, I don't know, probably all of them. The cover was just a guy in a do-rag going like this. It was the same game, just nobody goes into the library.
Dude, we fucking get it. Holy shit.
To even out the racism, we did White Clue as well. White Clue is called Ku Klux Klan. Every character is just a federal informant.
That's actually kind of funny. I'll give you that one, Sam. You see, he makes fun of everyone. That totally isn't a scapegoat to preemptively defend myself from accusations of racism. A lot of yelling in this, too.
A violent black!
Kind of some incoherent rambling.
This is where they steal. They need the Arizona iced tea and the Skittles to power the Iron Man exoskeleton suit.
They got the Fed reactors.
They don't understand that you have to pay for it. In the future, the economy is just shells and beads.
Here, let's point to this thing that perked my ears up, where Sam Hyde pulls another one of his classic Mott and Baileys.
But what bothers me is when people use language to anesthetize us to how horrific reality can be.
Yeah, I hate when people use over-sanitized language.
Anytime you hear 2 or 3 words used in conjunction that you've never heard before, election integrity, weapons of mass destruction, whatever, you're being psyop. Someone's trying to manipulate your opinion by calling something that it's not.
Yeah, election integrity and weapons of mass destruction, both equally comparable things. Once again, it's him saying, like, not to think too hard about anything. If he hears something that's unfamiliar, it's probably bullshit. There's no reason to change your mind or question, like, fascism or Nazism at all. Because it just works. Just don't think about it. Stop being stupid and wasting your time with these degenerates. Like he did earlier, saying, you know, not even to engage with other people that disagree with you because they're just gonna waste your time with definitions and studies. They like to say a lot of things without saying them. Here's another excerpt from World Peace. Here at Adult Swim, we try not to get political. Blue or red, we don't care, as long as you got funny stuff. We don't want to get in the middle of bickering or controversy. It just ain't our style, man. We're more about smoking weed and chilling the fuck out, haha. But one question we refuse to compromise on, one area where all Adult Swim staff are in agreement, one opinion upon which we are unwavering is that all US-involved wars were good and necessary wars. Thanks for watching. Let's keep it light and funny. I wonder which US-involved war he's talking about. And here's the thing, he's making it sound like he could be talking about any war here, but if you know anything about Sam Hyde, it's so transparently obvious that this is him being frustrated that Adult Swim told him to stop being anti-Semitic all the time. Fascists do this a lot, where they try to say things by not saying things. They say things like, you know, oh, did the good guys really win World War II? You know, there's some, like, merit to that discussion there, but they don't mean, like, you know, the atrocities committed by the United States or anything. They mean Hitler was good. You know, it's actually kind of funny with all the Holocaust denial on Sam's Twitter, but at the same time, he loves Hitler because he did the Holocaust. Listen, y'all, I'm done with this dickhead's fucking comedy set. Let's just see how it wraps up.
Thank you guys so much. God bless you.
Fucking, of course, yeah. I want to point out, by the way, that he grafts himself onto Christianity not just to compartmentalize these hateful ideologies into a more sellable package, but also because Christianity is the easiest redemption arc. That's why it's so popular among, like, thieving drug addicts, because you don't actually have to atone for the things you did with the people that you've wronged. You can just say that you've accepted God, and then your spirit is cleansed. No one can judge you for the things you did in the past, because now you're a child of God and you have a moral compass. It's just instant righteousness. There's no redemption or reconciliation needed at all. Ain't that neat? Let me see.
Let's take a picture of it.
Okay.
I'm like... There's other things that were kind of... There's more shit I wanted to write.
I'm kind of shooting, like, auxiliary footage if they want to use it for anything. That's why I wanted to see the fucking
Well,
the thing.
I'm kind of secret.
Okay.
Alright, bring it up, guys. Bring it up. Move on.
What's that say? I think that's a bomb.
Yep. Guess somebody doesn't enter the library.
Be surprised if
What is he fucking... Investigation. Wait, what?
Jed's here.
I did see Joe. He's like stepping on the back of his
Now, unfortunately, my shitty footage didn't capture it, but everyone's faces looked fucking terrified at the sight of this cake. Like some kind of weird phobia. Not the only weird phobia they have, I guess. Sam Hyde's a 6'5" boxer, but he's fucking petrified at the sight of a cake. Sam, I brought you a cake.
Oh, that looks safe.
Take it. Take it.
I will try to be more racist.
You kicked me out in Syracuse.
Are you that guy?
Howdy.
All right. Well, hey, what's up, buddy? Good for you.
After this photo was taken, I got a weirdly firm handshake where he shook my arm rather aggressively, I'll say, and gave me a stern look directly into the eyes. I'm not making any interpretations of what happened there. I might even be overanalyzing what I already am, but I'm puzzled by what he actually meant by that. After this photo was taken and this footage was recorded, Sam Hyde has continued his brigade against education through Fish Tank, which is apparently so fucking terrible my video editor won't even accept the file.
I don't know how to read.
You get it? Because it's a school teacher that doesn't know how to read. That's like commentary. He's also made a legally distinct sequel series to World Peace called Extreme Peace. Only took him 10 fucking years to figure out how to make another sketch comedy show. And if you Sam Hyde fans were worried that he was gonna tone down the dog whistling in here, don't worry. He just straight up gets in fucking blackface to do a joke that I did 5 years ago. With goddamn Amazon Basics buzzers. Now this is a professional production. He's hosting live premieres to the first 2 episodes of this 6-episode series at various locations across the country. Naturally, I'd have loved to have called these venues and asked why they were, you know, cool with hosting a Nazi, but the only one that was remaining at time of recording was so ashamed that they had their location hidden. The thing that frustrates me most about Sam Hyde is that he deliberately places all of his opinions, all of his jokes into a quantum stasis where you can't differentiate one from the other. It's both at the same time, depending on who he's actually talking to. He denigrates the weakest demographics in the country, you know, minorities. They're called minorities for a reason. They have the least amount of power, the least amount of influence, the least amount of say, the least amount of rights and everything. And he denigrates those people while at the same time being a member of like literally every powerful demographic in the country. You know, he's a straight, white, cisgendered male, middle-aged, right-wing, Christian. All of the majoritarian things where, you know, he has no fear of going out into the street and being fucking hate crimed, yet he still uses his free will to denigrate minorities and contribute to their oppression. And on top of all that, he pretends like he doesn't. He pretends like this is all just jokes. You're falling for bait, you know? This is actually high level, high IQ, high intellect, high concept comedy here that you just don't understand because you just watch The Big Bang Theory, man. You're just a normie. He picks on literally the weakest populations that he can, and at the same time pretends that he doesn't. It's the clinical definition of cowardice. Beyond contempt is Sam Hyde.
Gotta be the last one.